Mhm.
Uh, choose love, y'all. Hey, love, 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 LuvLees, love, 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 LuvLees, love, lot of love, big love, 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 what? Love, 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 hey, love, choose love, y'all. Love, 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 LuvLees, love, 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 lot of love from above. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you. Hello, hello,
What
hello.
up, though?
Welcome to another episode of the Lovely Podcast.
Yes.
Episode
28.
Conflict Resolution. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Today is Friday, December 19th,
Mm-hmm.
2025. Wow, time is flying by.
It is.
Christmas is around the corner. The new year is around the corner. And we're around the corner with another episode.
Yeah.
So, here we go.
We are.
My name is Malachi Lee.
My name is Danny Lee.
Together.
We are
the
LuvLees.
That is us. That is us with this intro, with this intro, outro, everything we got going on. We're doing it. I'm very happy to announce that, just us being here, us having this episode, us.
Yeah, we're proud that we pushed it. We pushed through.
Yeah.
It seemed like every episode we'd be like, we pushed through. We made it.
I mean, it takes a lot to be consistent. It does. It takes a lot to do what we're doing. I'm grateful for this, that we've, this has been since the beginning of October that we've been consistent. So all through October, all through November, and now we're halfway through December. Yeah. So here we are. We did the LuvLees part. Yeah. So let's get right to it. We have had a incredible fun week.
We
tiring week though as
very busy.
So how are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good. Today I kind of got a chance to stretch myself and be the host at the murder mystery.
Look at you repping the set.
Oh yeah, haha. We have a chance to change.
Yeah, that's why I look like this.
But yeah, it was fun, and just learning more about myself, like even with the comedy and using that in the acting, it feels good to see things start to come together. It was funny because we had a show last night in Ohio, and we had to come all the way to Detroit to do this show, and I just wanted to chill back and just be like a minor character. I didn't want to be a lead, and they put, like, our supervisor put me as a lead, and I was like, oh great. And so, but just to see how good we are, not trying to toot my horn because I'm very humble, but just to see how good that show was. And this one guy came up to me and he was like, you should be an actor. I was like, I am. He was like, oh, okay. Then he was like, for real, because you're amazing. You are so good at it. And I was like, yeah, me and my husband do comedy. He was like, I was going to say that too. You should be a comedian. You guys are hilarious. And he really enjoyed the show, like, because it's a script, but it's really not a script. Like, it's beats and stuff, and you have the improv. And so if you're a comedian, then it's a lot of fun because you be making up stuff too. Like, you do the script and then you improv, and then people laugh and you're like, oh, okay, good. That joke hit. Sometimes the joke may not hit, but for the most part, the jokes be hitting and it be fun. So I feel good seeing myself stretch.
I was proud of you. You were the host of the show and you did well. And
thank you.
You did ask, because we were the last two to join the show. Like, the way the company works is you see, what's available, and you'll see like, oh, two actors are already on it. You don't know who they are. So us being the last two to join, it's like, yeah, well, maybe they'll just make you a minor character. But no, that's not how it works with us, and the director of the company knows, like, like, hey, them two, they can do it. Because we do shows ourselves where it just be the lead and the host with me and you. So
yeah, we mostly do 2 people shows. We don't really do 4 people shows. This is a bigger show, and we like to. Not because we scared of folk. It's just like I personally, I can't speak for him, but I like the smaller shows. Like last night, we got tipped really well at a smaller show, and it was just me and him, and it was good and it was fun. And then doing shows of him, I'm starting to get used to doing comedy and performing with him. Not saying he's the only person I can perform with, but I just got we got this little synergy that we have when it concerns comedy and improv and stuff like that. So that always helps because we know how to go back and forth with each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
And it was dope. It was dope to see that. Last night was fun too, and we've been. This is busy season for the Murder Mystery Company. So yeah. We've been doing a lot of shows, and honestly, not as much as we did last year or would have wanted to.
Yeah, because last year we did like 7 shows in 3 days or something.
Yeah, we did. It was
2 shows a day.
It was 1 week. It was just going crazy. One day we did 2 shows in the same day, and 2 of the actors on the other show, they had 2. They both had shows this evening that they had to rush out to get to. Yeah. And we had some other things going on this month, so we weren't sure about
comedy and stuff.
Yeah, we had other private shows and other things we were doing, stage plays, comedy shows. We've been busy, so it was good to be able to fill in. I love doing these shows. Like I've always loved it, but I'm just loving it even more and more. Like,
yeah, I'm loving it more doing it with you. At first, it was okay, but then I'm loving it now because it's helping me with my improv skills and helping me become a better actor. So like when I'm not in something and I'm just auditioning for stuff, because that helps you as an actor too. That's part of the job. Yeah. And you're not booked because you'll have those moments. It's like, at least I can do the murder mystery show and practice, because you want to always be practicing when you're an actor, using your skills. Yeah, you must always use your craft. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am tired. I'm physically tired. I'm looking forward to finishing this today and being able to chill because we still have more things to do. 2 more performances this weekend. 2 hosting gigs, actually.
Yeah. One for you tomorrow, and then both of us on Sunday at Great Faith Ministries.
Yep. And we could have had the flyer ready for that.
Oh, I didn't even know we had a flyer for that.
But
you can airdrop it to the computer.
Yeah, there you go. Look at you, technology. But yeah, that's gonna be fun. And you sing on Sunday as well.
Oh yeah, I do sing on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to church.
Yeah, and so, my dad in love, he's gonna come visit us at my church at Second Ebenezer, so that's exciting.
Yeah, lots going on. It's pretty cool to see. What's special for this show, this talent show, is that, and I'm gonna put a flyer up right now. What's special?
For some reason, it's not going to the computer because that's my phone. You sent it to my phone. Right. Oh, what's it? Oh, that's where it usually shows the computer as an option. That's why I was.
Oh yeah, it did, and I accepted it.
Oh, excuse me. My bad.
Oh, you're on Chrome.
What are we?
I'm trying to get back to it.
Go to Google. Where the Google is. Yeah.
Okay. What's special about this show is that my very first comedy experience was at Great Faith. The very first acting and comedy experience have both been at Great Faith for me. So that's Great Faith has started my career. Thankful to God, and just allowing me to be involved with this and everything. It's been such a blessing. So now I hosted a talent show back in the day. I was like 19. I was like 12 or 13 doing my first acting experience. So then I was 19 doing a comedy, and I didn't know I could do it. But then doing it, it's like, oh, I did it. Here we go. Got it.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my first time doing stand up. I hosted it was 2 people host. It was me and my friend Angela.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was my first time doing stand up, and that's what started my stand up career. And then from there, I did it for like a year, and I stopped for years. And then it's been 4 years that I've been consistently back at it.
Nice.
So, And we met during Christmas time, 2018.
Yeah.
The Christmas production in 2018.
One crazy Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are together.
That was fun, too.
It was fun. It was fun. That was how we met. And then we got reacquainted when I got back into comedy. It's just showing you, like, your purpose, your gifts, your arts, your talents, they mean something to you. And God will orchestrate your destiny through you being obedient to the gifts inside of you and to the craft inside of you. And this is a testament to anybody out there that is wanting to do something, like to do something. Just go for it, because everything's going to come into play through that.
Yeah, you only got one life. Don't play around with it. Like, we really have just one life. Yeah. And the older I get, like, it's crazy. Like, and I'm not gonna tell my age, but even 30 is like midlife, technically, the way life is being. So you just gotta get it. You gotta get it.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it. Getting is good. Yeah. So that's very true. So let's get into the episode today. So this episode was actually birthed by last week's episode.
We should have took a video of last week. Yeah, a clip of it.
Last week.
Because we was going in on each other.
Yeah, you have to go back and live. Look at episode 27's episode. Yes. And we had it was a little sort of, bicker on live, and it was a conflict that was supposedly resolved, but not really resolved, and it came out on the live, and it's like we kind of went back and forth just a little bit. And I do like being organic and authentic, because marriage and life is work. Life is work already, and marriage is fun, but marriage is also work. Marriage holds you accountable. Marriage exposes you for your flaws, and that's what makes it hard, is because you are continually held accountable. You continually have to communicate. There's no such thing as I don't feel like it when you're married. Like, I don't feel like serving you. I don't feel like serving myself. You got to show up for you and for that person every single day. And then if you can't, you got to communicate that. And that can be work. It's like, oh, man, so it's like, it's so much communication, there's so much accountability. And that's what makes it difficult. But it makes you the best version of yourself. So last week we had a little dispute. And so he's like, I like to be authentic, because everybody see us, oh, y'all, we the LuvLees, yeah. But we also are intentionally choosing to be better, intentionally choosing to show up for each other. So within that, a little dispute happened, and so we like, hey, she said she don't want that to happen again. I said, yeah, I agree. I'm not 100% mad that it happened, because once you get exposed, you see the areas you need to work on, even more. I saw my flaws in that situation. And we talked about the situation more, got to resolve on that. It was like, hey, let's talk about this next week. Let's talk about conflict resolution. And one thing about relationships and marriage, conflict is inevitable. You're
going to have conflict. If you don't, then something is wrong with your marriage.
Yeah. So you got to realize that too. Like, hey, we two humans trying to figure this out. And we going to something's going to happen. It don't happen all the time. It's not an everyday thing. But just when it happens, it happens.
And it's funny, because I've been in relationships before you, and it seemed like a lot of times you'd be arguing. And me and you, we don't really argue like that. So whenever we have those moments, it's like, what is happening? It makes me feel so weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's probably not a good thing. Maybe we should argue more. I don't feel weird. I don't know. But it just feels so weird whenever it do happen. It'd be like, dang. And I feel so sad. And like,
because it's like, oh, this don't happen. Yeah. I'd rather have it that way. I don't like living that way. I don't like living in chaos.
Just always arguing.
Argumentative state. And some people in their relationships are walking on eggshells, and some people in their families have to do that. Walk on eggshells and just kind of always be combative. And we don't want that. That's not healthy for us. That's not healthy for a marriage, in our opinion. But
it throws me off whenever we have those moments.
Yeah. Because it's like you just don't want it to happen. And I saw a video the other day or the other month. It was talking about this guy was saying, hey, people always see me and my wife's marriage and they think like, oh man, y'all so perfect. And he's like, man, we work on this. He was saying that you have to understand that life is a constant cycle of and marriage is a constant cycle of being okay. A conflict happens.
Mm-hmm.
You got to talk through it, get to a resolve. It's going to constantly flow through that. You at one point in time, you're in one of those stages, one of those states, and
yeah, it's just like life too.
It's
like
life.
Either you okay, or you going into the situation,
or
you're just getting out of the situation. Yep. It's just a big old circle.
That's what it is. And the sooner you understand that, not only in life but definitely in your marriage, the better it is. Because now you can take a step back and look at the bigger picture to say, okay, this is just one of these seasons. Yeah. What do we need to do in this moment to resolve this? What do we need to do? And we're going to talk about that today. How do you resolve conflict? What are the steps? What are the tools? And what needs to happen? Because it's okay. People think, oh, man, we ain't never. Like, no, that's a part of life. That's natural. You're going to have conflict. But we have conflict, but we don't have arguments. And I think that's where society kind of gets misconstrued. It's like, oh, you're going to argue. It's like, you don't have to. We don't argue.
Not like that.
Like, I can count on my hands the times that we argued in our 3-year span. Probably 3 times.
And then we usually come to a resolution.
We come to a resolve very quick in our thing.
But the thing is, it feels weird when we argue and when we go through that stuff because we are really best friends. Like, he tell me stuff I probably don't want, most people don't want to hear. And I tell him stuff most people in a relationship don't want to hear. Like, we really just real rap raw with each other.
Yeah, we are.
So whenever we get into that kind of situation, it's like, dang, my best friend is mad at me and I'm mad at him. And who do I tell about this?
Yeah.
I can't tell him that he pissed me. I mean, I can, but it's like right now I'm mad at him.
Right.
So it's like hard when you're not talking to the person that you're closest to.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for sure. And that's what makes us want to come back so quick. It's like, man, you the one. Like, you want to watch a movie, you want to eat some food. It's like, what I'm gonna do? Where I'm gonna go? And that's the.
I'm gonna eat angrily because.
Yeah. And then it's like you also don't want to stay mad long because it don't feel good when you're mad. You feel the tension, you feel the pressure, the spirit is off, and you want to find that resolve quick. So
like last week, I was so upset, and I was like, I really don't like being mad at you, but I am. And then he had to kind of look within himself and be like, is her anger valid? Her anger is valid. Because when you're not accountable, it makes the other person even more mad. Because it's like, dang, you really don't think you did nothing wrong. That's crazy to me. And then you still mad. Like, versus when a person is accountable, like, you know what, I messed up. That makes the other person be able to forgive you quicker because you're actually owning up to whatever it is that you did.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And it took me a while to reflect on my ways and see, like, okay, this is where I went wrong. I fessed up to say it wasn't right, but I didn't explain why. And my heart wasn't being able to see the full error. Like, okay, this is exactly why. That's an issue. And then you have to reflect on yourself. So we're going to get into that. What are the tools and what are the steps to resolving conflict? And I would say, we didn't write this one down, but I would say step 1, accountability.
That's very good.
That's of course, step 1 is always God. Like, a threefold cord is not easily broken. So the first one is God. You got to first be equally yoked to even be together to want to resolve something, and God is that third fold cord, that foundation. He's the foundation of our marriage that brings us back, brings us close to allow us to forgive. And we're going to talk about forgiveness, but just have that spirit, because at the end of the day, we want to be at peace, and God is the ultimate spirit of peace.
And when you think about it, we haven't really been, we usually pray together a lot, but around that time, we haven't really been praying a lot. We just been living life and just going about our ways. We haven't been talking to God, or at least reading a scripture when we wake up, or we haven't been doing none of that. And sometimes that can catch up with you when you haven't been filling your spirit up. And it's like, how can you be accountable if you're not filled with the Holy Spirit? You just like, it is what it is.
And I wouldn't even say sometimes, that it eventually will catch up to you. And that's when it comes out, like it did last week for me. And I went back And I was like, okay, I see where my spirit is. Like, I haven't been praying, especially as the head of the household. I haven't been leading us spiritually in that, and in my flesh. And I have taken a step back in my spirit, and I've taken a step back in my relationship with God. And I had to be honest with myself, just as a man myself, like not even being married, just me as a man waking up every day. I wasn't on routine, on what I need to be doing and praying, and then leading her as a husband. I wasn't doing that. So it was multiple layers. I had to reflect and say, yeah, you did take a step back in your heart. Your heart has been a little hard to God lately. You have been more in your flesh lately. You have been walking by the flesh. And the word tells us, to be carnally minded is death, to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Yeah. Life and peace. So there you go. So it's like,
and peace. That's good.
Yeah, it's both.
Because it's like we would have had peace last week.
If we've been walking by the Spirit.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. And so God is the first one. If you're in God, God will allow you to avoid, you won't have as many conflicts when you're in God, when you're praying, when you just being led by the Spirit. And then when you do have conflicts, you're quicker to forgive, you're quicker to be coming back to the peace. And the fruits of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You're going to be in those when you're in God. Yeah. So conflict resolution, God.
God, then accountability.
Yeah. Accountability. That's a big one. Marriage is about accountability. That's, like I said, that's what can make it tough for us. I know I can speak for myself, because you constantly have this mirror up of, hey, work on this. And you could feel like life is picking on you, like another thing to work on, another thing I didn't do right. Right. But the more you can embrace that and be accountable for your flaws, be accountable for the things that you're not doing necessarily right, that you need to work on. Like, fess up to that. You're a human. You're going to have some of this stuff. Like,
you are. Like, I don't mind. If I mess up, I just let folks know. Because, I've been like that for a long time. Because why not? That's the only way you can get better. Like, me hiding it and acting like I ain't did nothing wrong. How am I going to get better? And all it's going to do is aggravate the people around me. Like, dang, she thinks she all that. She thinks she perfect. I can't do it, So I keep it real. I don't know why I do that. A lot of people do have a hard time with keeping it real. I've literally lost friends from keeping it real. And I just always been a weird type of person. Like, just honest and just like, hey, this is what it is. Yeah, I messed up. So, are you going to forgive me or not? Yeah. If you're not, then that's your decision. Good luck. God bless. If you are, then thank you for the grace.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a big one. So number accountability can hurt too, and that's I do want to bring up a point. You've always been accountable. We even had an issue in our relationship that was exposed before we even got together. Something that happened, but you were accountable off the rip. Like, I didn't even have to talk to you about it. So that's you've always been that, and I've always been mature as well in that same thing, to say, hey,
you have. And that's why last week I was like, who is this? I was like, whose husband is this? Because this is not normal. Like, usually when you do something goofy, you be like, okay, you're right, I messed up. But this time it was like pulling teeth. And then after a while, I was like, well, we'll talk about it later. But I was so annoyed, and I kept trying, and then it was still like pulling teeth. So I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm done talking about it. Yeah. Because I'm about to go off on this man.
I know, right? Yeah, and you let it go. Like, all right.
I did. I let it go, and you was like, that's when you said something like, you know what, my bad.
I was tripping.
And that's a lesson too for, like, not just, I'm not gonna try to stereotype, but a lot of women, if a dude that you're with in a relationship and they're not accountable, we tend to keep beating a dead horse. Like, hey, why don't you see that you was wrong? Then we tend to nag, and then they'll find a reason to not come and be accountable, because they'll be like, well, she keep nagging me anyway, so it's her fault. Yeah. And then it becomes something way bigger than what it was, because they start turning the blame on you. Right. So sometimes it's best to just hush.
It is.
Just be quiet and let them figure it out. And if they don't figure it out, if you're not married, then you can get out of there. Because you ain't got time for the foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nobody got time.
Like she said, that you can hush. If it starts with that, then things should be good.
Hopefully.
But yeah, accountability is big, and that's just this goes beyond relationships. This is adulting. This is accountability. You know, taking accountability to communicate. Hey, I'm not gonna make it. I cannot. Whatever. I had to learn that. I'm still learning that. You know, and the quicker you can learn that, and that's one thing I always stress in my mentoring program is just be accountable. Like, y'all are young boys. Y'all gonna mess up. You gonna get in trouble. But hey, who did this? Somebody fess up to it, and that's when you can avoid trouble because you stepped up as a man and said you did it. All right, so what can you not do to not do it moving forward?
But then sometimes it's hard to be accountable because it's like, what will be the consequences? You have to realize you will have consequences. Like if you go rob a bank, you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah,
and it's like
I did it, y'all.
I robbed a bank. Like honestly, if I was dumb enough to go rob a bank, I probably wouldn't let people know. As transparent as I am, I'll try to get away and keep it going. You know, because who want to be in jail for the rest of their life?
Nobody.
And that's probably why a lot of people in relationships, if you're not already friends, why they may not be accountable with it, because it's like if I tell him or if I tell her that I was wrong about this, then they may hold it over my head, and that's my jail for the rest of my life. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to act like I didn't do nothing so that we can move forward, hopefully, so that he or she can shut up.
Yep. Yeah, and that's another thing too. You don't want to just rush to a resolve. You know, I don't know if that's a whole nother step, but being intentional about the resolve, intentionality, that's a good one, because you will just, all right, forget it. Like I've had times where I just didn't want to talk about it no more, and I just say, look, I apologize for this, and that, just so I can move on. But it's like, no, you really got to have a change of heart. You know, so intentionality to me is number 3.
Because you'll do it again.
You will if you don't really see the flaw.
You don't really see the problem.
Yeah, you'll just be like, whatever. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I'm sorry. You tripping? Like you because you could be thinking that in your head, like, oh, she really just tripping. But it's like, no, do you really see what she's thinking about? Do you really see what he's thinking about? And women are more emotional, but man, we have issues too that we don't always talk about because we don't want to be seen to communicate. And I've had to learn to do that. Because we recently was talking the other week, and we discovered, like, I probably don't talk about everything because I just want to get to a better place, and I smooth things out because I don't want to put any more
we can move on.
Emotional pressure on you because I got a problem. It was like, nah, you got to bring up your problems too.
Yeah, I literally told you, like, hey, whatever it is, you got to still talk about it, no matter what emotional state I am in, or if I took my medication or not. Yeah, you still got to talk about it because it will linger, and then it'll come out a month, 2, 6 months, 5 years later. Yeah, and you going in on everybody. It's like, what's wrong with Malachi? Yeah, for sure. What's wrong with Danny? Why is she going in on? I didn't do nothing to her. Yeah. Yeah, unresolved conflict. You mad about something that happened 2 years ago, and I have moved on. Like unresolved conflict. Yeah, that's a sneaky one. So you got to be intentionally resolve the conflict. Like bring it all out there. Don't leave no stone unturned. Like let it all hang out. Be open and honest with each other. That's it. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Yes. Do you want to be wrong or do you want to be in a relationship? Yeah. Which one do you want to be? That's it. Because if you're afraid to be wrong, all you're gonna do is just keep going back and forth. Well, you blah blah blah, but you blah blah blah, but you did this, but you did just that. Tit for tat. Yeah. Back and forth. You never resolve it. It'll be just a win-lose situation. Absolutely. Yeah. So we got 1 guide, 2 accountability, 3 intentionality, 4 forgiveness. You got to forgive. Grace. Forgiveness and grace. Yeah. And I think we had one where it's assume good intent, but I think that falls under grace. And under intentions, yeah. Yeah, it's like you have to forgive. Like if you first assume the good intent, that helps you because you like, hey, this is my partner.
Now, if you know your partner really kind of be on some sneaky stuff, then yeah, watch out. But most of the time when people are married, they want to see their partner win. They want to be in a good place. So
yeah, that's true. Some people, you be in a relationship with people that really ain't right. You be like,
really be gaslighting you, really be trying to make you look crazy. Now,
really?
yeah,
You got me out here looking dumb.
but for the ones that are showing up and loving you every day, you know, you get those times where you be like, man, this dude crazy. It's like, nah, you assuming the worst, you know. And that's one thing we're working on in our marriage right now is looking for the evidence of good, like starting out to look for the good. You know, you got to be there's being optimistic and pessimistic, you know, and realistic. It's all three different things. But when you're optimistic, I'm first leading with, hey, what is the good in this? What can I find good in this? So when you do that with your partner, like I know they got my best interest in mind. Right. So even though this looks like a mistake, I know he made a mistake. Even though this looks like it's intentional, this has to be a
hurting
mistake.
Me. It has to be a mistake.
It has to be. So I'm going to assume good intent. I'm going to assume.
He has to know that this was a dumb move.
Yeah, you have to. So then it's like then you open yourself up to discovering what's going on in that person's mind versus already knowing. Oh, I know you ain't consider me in this. I know you weren't thinking about this. It's like, no, I did not. You know, so that you gotta be open to conversation. You know, communication is, we always talk about that. But that's just like you have more of a chance to grow. You have more chance to learn your partner more because you don't know. We change daily.
All the time. They say our taste buds change every 7 years. I mean, if our taste buds change, we definitely change.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to, you have to be consistent and know that we all change. And just like when you assume good intent, then you'll be more open to protecting your partner instead of telling on your partner.
Yeah, that's good.
Because sometimes a person who's going through a horrible relationship, they may feel like maybe somebody can help me and blah, blah, blah. And then they tell on a partner and people like, oh, he ain't crap. Oh, she ain't crap. And then it's like, if y'all did ever resolve something, people are looking at your partner crazy and you have completely messed up your household. That's why the subtitle is What Happens in This House Stays in This House. Not just from parents to kids, but from relationship to relationship. Because you don't want nobody looking at your person crazy. Like, why is she still with him? Why is he still with her? You don't want that.
Nope, you don't.
Because at the end, if people are in relationships, they're going to, if they choose each other, they're going to choose each other. And then your friends on the side looking at you side eye, you just look dumb. Like, didn't you just say he blah, blah, blah? Yeah, he did, but I forgive him. Like, keep that business to yourself.
For sure.
And if it's so bad that you can't handle it and it's like this person is abusive, then it's time to go. Time to choose yourself.
Peace up. Anytime. Yes. So forgive. And forgiveness allows you to move on. Forgiveness brings healing to both of the parties. You know, when you forgive, you know that, hey, you're human. I give you grace. And it really allows you to move on, because that was what happened last week, is there wasn't actual true forgiveness that occurred. So when it comes up later, or you find opportunities to bring it back up, it's like, oh, you ain't forgive me yet.
No, I didn't. It was like we had to have resolve, because I didn't understand the action. Yeah. I'm like, wow, what's going on here?
Yeah, and that's well, we'll put number 5, communication. You know, you got to really have deep communication to, hey, what is really bothering you? Why is it bothering you? Okay, I hear you. Listening back and forth, like communication is two people having a conversation. So when you listen back and forth and say, okay, I hear what you're saying, and because I hear what you're saying, I know what you need, and now we can move forward.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why we couldn't move forward on the podcast. That's why we got into a whole argument that you can check out on the other one. It's funny because I wanted to erase it, but he don't mind us being real and showing our business.
Gotta be real.
But I'm like, what's happens in this house stays in this house.
Yeah, and that'd be the kicker about being public figures and doing a podcast. Like nobody's making us do this. Nobody's making us expose ourselves on a weekly basis. About what's going on in our lives, good and the bad. That's that's kind of
We do joke about, yeah.
yeah.
I'm proud of you because you've been more real talking about your life. Because before you didn't really talk about your life like that, and now you do. I tell my business. People know I used to be crazy, all that stuff.
Stalking and everything. Yeah.
But people would drive you crazy. I wasn't crazy, but sometimes people would do stuff. I never stalked anybody. But sometimes people would do stuff. I never stalked nobody. But sometimes people would do stuff that would make you be like, do I gotta be crazy with them? Like if a person is crazy, they'll make you crazy. You be like,
for real.
Because you out here self preservation. You trying to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna hold you up. Don't knock it till you in it. Like I didn't think that I would allow somebody to take me there, and I did. And it is what it is. But now I'm with Malachi, and praise God.
Hallelujah. Yeah. So communicate. And this is for the men. Women communicate pretty well, I think, overall.
Mm-hmm.
This is for people, period. But I think for the men, I know for myself, I can communicate. I'm a good listener as far as being communicative, communicative. But I'm learning how to do a better job of being vulnerable in my communication. Vulnerable with the things that's actually in my heart, in my spirit, and allowing those things to come out so that forgiveness can take place, healing can take place, and not just speeding over things because you don't want to feel, but really actually allowing yourself to first discover within you, and then get to that resolve that way.
Yeah, sometimes women are good communicators, but sometimes they're not. Like you can't really generalize it. Some women don't know how to say, I feel this way, it makes me feel this way. They will accuse a guy of something and just directly just say it, like you ain't crap, and just accuse certain things, and then a guy may take it a certain way and be like, so what are you saying, oh, I can't do nothing right, like they may nag all the time.
Yep.
Like it's hard to communicate as a woman sometimes because we are emotional, and if you're not reading books or looking up stuff about relationship, then you may not be a good woman communicator. It took me a long time to learn how to communicate it. You can't just go off. You have to be calm and say, hey, I feel, instead of you blah blah blah, even though he may blah blah blah, but he may not hear it as that. He'll hear it as, oh, she's accusing me of this, and it might be true, but still the way that he processes it is, oh, she's accusing me of this. And so when you say I feel, then it kind of softens the blow. Like I feel like you blah blah blah, and he'll be like, oh my bad. And then like even if you want him to do something that's very important to you, sometimes you have to let it go, because sometimes men, like, they got pockets. They don't have purses like us where we can do a million things at once. And you kind of bring it up, like, hey, could you blah blah blah, and they say yeah, and then they don't do it. It's like you can ask them again, but don't ask them in frustration, because if you do, it's gonna make it even longer. But sometimes either way, if you ask them, like I asked him about the front porch, can you please fix the front porch? I've asked him. I have not nagged him about it or anything, but it hasn't been done. But here's the thing: if I would have came to him crazy, it won't be done, and we'll be mad at each other. Eventually, he'll get to it. But he does other things. But just have to know how to communicate with each other, because men and women think differently. Like, you can come to a woman and say, hey, you ain't blah blah blah. We'll be like, oh, my bad, let me go do it. We won't feel offended, like, oh, you're accusing me of being a horrible wife. Like, oh, okay, I'll go cook the chicken, my bad, I forgot. We're not gonna.
No, I think that's a human thing. I disagree with that statement. Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like certain things, it's just situational. Because men don't do it all the time either. Just it's situational to me. That's my opinion.
Yeah, we all got our own opinion. Not all the time, but like, I'm trying to think of something. It was something we were talking about, and you was like, I feel like I just can't. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing nothing right, or something. And I was like, that's not true. You did this and that and this. I'm not saying you're not doing nothing right. I'm just saying this particular situation is not. But you've done everything. Like,
Yeah.
You're not perfect. You're not gonna be perfect.
Right. But
and I think y'all take it more personal than we do.
Yeah, maybe. But I also feel like you've had times where, and I don't know if this is not keeping what's in the household.
It's fine. Let's just let it out.
But like, it's been times where you would say like, oh, I feel like a horrible wife because I didn't do this, or I feel like a loser. Like you had times where you are hard on yourself for a particular point in life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just feel like that's a human experience.
I kind of don't measure me to people because I've been going through a lot of depression, so I feel like I can't do nothing right sometimes, and it don't even be off of a normal person. I'm not a normal person right now. Yeah. I'm getting there, but I was really jacked up when I said that. Like, I wasn't emotionally stable.
Yeah, but even in that, like, where you are is where you are. Like, regardless of how you got there, it's still, we respond to however we respond, and that's again a human experience. And it don't always be the source don't always be the result. Like, oh, because we having this conversation, this all came from this. Like, this could just be something I got going on within myself that I'm reflecting on you, and vice versa. That's why I say a human experience, because we deal with different emotions. We deal with thoughts that we thinking, and then somebody comes at you thinking something else, and you already putting what you putting on top of what they saying. And it's like, what are you talking about? All I said was, and it's like, oh, I was already mad in my head. Like, that's just human. That's human life,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, number 7, we on number 6.
Look at you, you got us together. I didn't even know we had numbers, child.
Yeah, I just put them in the comments.
I'm just being the passenger princess of this podcast, child. I'm tired.
Usually we have a list, and we didn't do that, so I'll just put them in the comments. Number 6, protection. Protect your spouse, protect yourself, and this will allow you. What happens in the house stays in the house. That's a protection mentality, and the man is the protector, but the woman will also protect the man as well in certain ways. Protect emotionally, protecting from talking bad, putting your mouth on somebody. And so when you have this mindset of protection, you will keep what happens in the house. You will keep your conflicts and the issues that's going on. That allows you get to a quicker resolve when you can keep it in house and not bring it out. Girl, you don't know what he did, bro. Bro, she tripping again. Like, all that stuff is not protecting your spouse.
Because here's my thing: you're not about to talk about my husband.
Right.
If he do something stupid, I'm gonna tell him that was stupid. You're just not about to. Like, that's just crazy. Yeah. Like, this is my household. This is my family. And then if I'm over here helping you talk about him, when we out, people are gonna just be looking at him crazy and looking at me crazy. Like, oh, she disrespectful anyway to him. Anyway.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to kind of remind yourself, because no one is perfect. He will piss you off. She will piss you off in public. And what I do is I talk to myself. I'll be like, Danielle, why are you so annoyed? Calm down. You chose to marry him. He's not perfect. Right now, he's pissing you off. But let's calm down and let's get back to the love and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you married, a person can aggravate you and they don't even know that they aggravate you.
That's very true.
They be right next to you. You be like, oh my God. You have to find the love. You have to find a way to protect your marriage within yourself and outside of yourself.
Yep.
It's important because humans are marrying humans. No matter who you marry, it's gonna be like that. You can marry Halle Berry You see, she divorced. Not saying that she divorced for, I don't know. But you can marry the most beautiful human in the world and still be like, oh my God.
Yeah,
like, you can have a fun time the first year, first 2 years, first 4, 5 years. That 6 year, whatever year is going, you're going to be like, oh, what did I marry? This person is working my nerves. And then the next day you'll be like, oh, I love her. I'm so glad I married him. I'm so glad I married her. She get me and he get me. Oh, this is wonderful. Then another day you'll be like, he don't get me. What is, he really don't get me. Who did I, she don't get me. She don't understand.
Get it, man.
He crazy. She crazy. Oh my gosh, it's too much. And then next week you'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm so crazy about him. This is my boo.
Yep.
Like that's what marriage is. So if you up here telling people like, hey, this Negro get on my nerves, then people gonna be looking at you like, why you ain't leave him?
Yeah,
Didn't you just say he was getting on your nerves? You need to get out of there and get your respect.
It's just a temporary emotion though.
Man, that's why I be a lot of bitter people, male and female, single. Because they don't understand conflict resolution. They don't understand choosing the person that you chose, keeping that decision, and knowing that that person is human and giving them grace and mercy. Sometimes those type of people don't give themselves grace and mercy. That's why they give their partner such a hard time. And their partner just be looking crazy. Because they always on them, being critical, like, you ain't right. You ain't do this right. You ain't do that right. You ain't crap. I'm tired of you. Who want to hear that all the time? Nobody, baby. Don't nobody want to hear that.
For real.
But I be seeing people on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, typing them little typing bullies, single typing bullies. If I was married, I wouldn't even do that. If I was married, I wouldn't do this. Men ain't that. She ain't crap. You not married for a reason. Get your stuff together. Stop being bitter. Don't nobody want to be with nobody that's bitter. Like, you will have conflicts all the time if you're bitter. You will find a reason to argue. You will find a reason.
That's good. That's real good. If you bitter. Yeah,
if you bitter, you gonna find a reason. Yeah. Like, oh, his eyebrows are shaped like two happy faces.
Man, how about you arch your eyebrows, man? Get on my face. Like, dang. And that's that unforgiveness. That it takes root in the heart.
Dang, oh, she walked too slow. Like,
man,
her food too salty. Like,
let me be.
You married her, cook it for her, teach her how to cook, help her out.
Humans trying to figure it out, man. We are just
man. Sometimes I cook some horrible stuff. Well, I'm not gonna say horrible. Sometimes I will mess up on a dish, and my husband. It's rare, but my husband, he may either still eat it, or he always still eat it.
Yeah.
He don't really complain. I'll be the one complaining like, ooh, I should have added some. Yeah, He'd be like, this good.
I'd be like, shoot, I ain't trying to be hungry. So she don't want to starve if she don't like something. I can't do it.
I'm be like, I don't like it. But then like one time he made us some chicken stir, it was some vegetable stir fry. It was bad. It was so bad. But I wasn't like, oh man, you suck. Yeah. Why can't you cook? Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. And I went downstairs and we made it with no problem. It was no big deal. We still ate good.
Did a different dish because it was over for that.
I made another vegetable stir fry, remember?
A different version of it.
Yeah, I made a different version.
You didn't remake that. It was over for that.
Yeah, we threw that one away. And I made a whole new vegetable stir fry. And we ate it and we were full and life was great.
Life moved
on. We weren't like, I wasn't like mad at him. Like, I can't believe you put too much amino acid in the vegetable stir fry.
I put a bunch of amino acid. I'm thinking it was.
He didn't know how to use it. He didn't know how to use it. He really should have asked me, like, babe, what is amino acid? What is this for?
I couldn't even eat it myself.
It was horrible. I tried because I didn't want him to feel bad. And that's what love and marriage is protecting the person. He was downstairs working his butt off, okay? Like thinking he doing some real stuff. Like, I'm about to add this amino acid. This gonna be good. Thinking he doing the stuff, okay? And it was horrible. It was nasty.
It was.
But I acted like it was good. I was like, oh, we can still eat it.
I was like, don't play. We can't eat this. It was not.
We could
edible.
not.
Like,
but I tried because I knew that he tried. I knew that he wasn't purposely messing up our meal.
She accept our effort.
Like, I'm about to go downstairs and mess up this meal so that we can be up here hungry and like, ooh, this nasty. I'm about to do this on purpose. Like, that's stupid. I assumed that he was working hard, and this was the result. And unfortunately, this is what I'm sure he ate it and was like, dang, I was disappointed because that's how I be. If I make something don't come out the way I planned it to come out, I be disappointed. So him being like, yeah, that is nasty, like that don't make it any better. Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I really don't want to cook.
Right. Yeah. So number 7, and this will be the last one. Win-win. You got to get to the resolve. You got to both come out, with the win. One person loses it's not going to work. It's going to be a loss because y'all won. Y'all one person. So if both win, then you both win. And
but how do you both win?
Is the other steps. It's the steps before. Because if you don't forgive, you're not going to feel like you won.
Nope.
If you don't protect that person, the other person not going to win. If y'all don't communicate properly, y'all both don't win. If you're not intentional, if one person intentional, one person is not, like each person is gonna have to. Is one person. If one person is in God and the other person is not, you can't get a win-win. One person accountable and the other not, you can't get a win-win. Both got to be in God. Both got to be accountable. Both got to be intentional. Both got to walk in forgiveness and grace. Both got to communicate well. Both have to protect the relationship and protect each other. And that's when you get to the win-win.
Now, if you're in a relationship where it's not like that, and the person is not trying to get like that, then that's when you have to start. He said peace. If you're in a marriage, I'm not gonna say relationship, because a relationship, you can't go because that's where you get the data. You're not committed to them. But if you're in a marriage like that and the person's not cheating, then this is who you chose. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to get y'all into a win-win. Maybe get some counseling. Maybe look up, books. Different. Dr. Miles Monroe. He's a great source for relationships, and also what people don't do or talk about is fasting and praying.
Oh my God!
Like when you're quiet and you fast and pray for your marriage, you have to fast and pray for your husband and your wife. If they are way over here in the deep end and you're not, then it's your job to pull them back and to cover them. Like, okay, I'm about to fast for 3 days for my marriage. Because the Bible says only certain things can happen through fasting and praying.
Certain spirits only come out through fasting.
You have to, and be disciplined. If you really want your marriage to work, go in your closet. You don't have to tell them or nothing like that. Do it with a sincere, humble heart, and just do it. You don't have to be like, I'm a fast because you ain't crap. Don't do that. Because that's not gonna be a win-win. Sometimes you have to be humble while they're not. Sometimes you have to be peaceful when they're not. And that's hard as a marriage. Sometimes you have to be the bigger person when they're not.
That's
and tell God, like, hey, God, my wife, my husband is really getting on my nerves. This person that I chose is getting on my nerves. I need you to fix their spirit for me, because I can't do it. And I promise you, it works.
Things will shift.
It works. Even if you don't fast. I mean, that's the main thing to do if you really want a miracle to happen. But whenever it works, like before me and you got married, we was talking about spending a whole bunch of money on a reception, or just having a inexpensive thing so we don't have to worry about it or whatever. And you was going back and forth. I was like, what do you want to do? And you was going back and forth. You're like, well, I do want this and blah, blah, blah. And it aggravated me because we had already made a decision. And I was just like, God, please talk to him because I'm frustrated. And it, boom, just like that. It was fixed.
We were in two parts of the house. I was upstairs, you was downstairs. And I literally was like, you tripping. You need to go back to where y'all was at. Okay. And then I was like, all right. I was like, I'm ready to talk now. but I need to get some sour cream so we can eat. You brought the sour cream up, and now it's like,
he didn't even ask for the sour cream. It was just spiritually. We was just like,
yeah.
God, because God was like, take him some sour cream. God told me in my spirit to take him some sour cream, and I was like, he don't deserve sour cream, Jesus. He don't deserve no sour cream. I already cooked. He don't deserve sour cream because he got my nerves. Right before we get married, like this is like the same week, I think. I'm like, no sour cream for him. And God humbled me because I had to humble because I was pissed. I went up there to the sour cream. He was like, "Oh, I was just about to ask for the sour cream." I'm like, here. Good for you.
Yeah, you was able to talk. But that's number 8, humility. You gotta humble yourself in a relationship. You can't be always right, trying to be, like you said, you want to be right or you want to be married. And it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about being together.
Being in a partnership.
Stay together.
Working it out.
Gotta be humble.
Knowing that this is your partner, not your enemy. Whenever some goofy stuff happens, it's the goofy stuff that's the enemy, not each other.
Situation.
Because when you make your partner your enemy, it's not going to work out.
That's it.
Because you're going to always be against each other instead of with each other.
That's it.
So we want to end with our lovely tip of the day. Yeah.
Yes. Lovely tip of the day is lovely tip of the day is to be humble. You have to be humble in your life, be humble in your relationship. Understand that God is the main source, and the gifts and the purpose that you have is it's a bigger scheme of things. And you can be confident in yourself. You can be sure about yourself. These are all necessary tools, but you got to be humble. Humility is how you breed success. It's how you continue to succeed. It's how you continue to go further. And people can approach you when you're humble. And also in your relationship, you can have togetherness because that's what it's about.
I love me some togetherness, child. I can't wait to have some togetherness tonight.
Lovely tip of the day, be humble. All right, we love y'all.
I love that tip of the day. Yes. Lovely tipage of the day. Love me some lovely tips.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
All right. Yours is out of there.
Yeah.
But this has been episode 28 of the Lovely Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for subscribing, share, like, and love this. We love y'all. Choose love.
Choose love.
Peace.
La 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 lovely, la 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 lovely.
Choose love, y'all. Hey, love, LuvLees, LuvLees, love. Lot of love, big love. Love, what? Hey, choose love, y'all. Lot of love from above. I love you.
I love you too.